There's something a lot of people start to notice after a while. The people who look the richest are often the ones who feel the most financial pressure. And at the same time, some people who look pretty average are actually quietly building real wealth. Same cities, same opportunities, sometimes even the same income. So what's the difference? It's not intelligence, and it's not luck either. It's something most people don't really pay attention to. It's the difference between living a life that looks expensive and building a life that's actually financially strong. Let me walk you through a simple example. Say you're making about $4,800 a month after taxes. Nothing crazy, but you're doing okay. Stable, comfortable. Now you start upgrading your life. You move into a nicer apartment, around $1,700. You get a car payment, about $500 a month. Utilities and insurance, $350. Groceries, $450. And then the smaller stuff starts creeping in. Coffee runs, subscriptions, going out on weekends, maybe a trip here and there. Nothing extreme, nothing irresponsible, just a better lifestyle. But then something starts to happen. By the end of the month, you're checking your bank account more often than you expected. And here's the interesting part. From the outside, people would probably look at your life and think you're doing well. You've upgraded. You're comfortable. You've made progress. But inside, there's this quiet pressure. Not panic, not stress in a loud way, just a constant awareness that you now have to maintain this lifestyle. And that's where things begin to shift. No one really notices the exact moment it happens. There's no clear line. But over time, your income stops feeling like pure freedom and starts feeling more like responsibility. Because every upgrade you made comes with a monthly cost attached to it. And slowly, your life becomes less flexible, even though it looks more successful on the outside. Now, let's break this down a bit more. Imagine just an extra $600 a month going toward lifestyle upgrades. Not one big decision, just small changes over time. That adds up to about $7,200 a year. Over 10 years, that's $72,000. But here's the real question. What if that same money was invested instead? It wouldn't just stay $72,000. It could grow into something much larger over time. Not overnight, but steadily, almost without you noticing. And the reason this happens isn't because people are careless. It's because of how quickly we adapt. Human beings adjust fast. What once feels like a luxury becomes normal sooner than expected. And once something feels normal, it no longer feels optional. It starts to feel necessary. Then you add social comparison into the mix. You start looking at other people, comparing lifestyles, comparing upgrades. And without realizing it, you begin measuring your own progress the same way. Over time, something subtle starts to feel off. You might be earning more than before, but your financial situation doesn't feel stronger. You're still planning around paychecks, still thinking before bigger purchases, still asking yourself, can I afford this right now? Not because your income is low, but because your expenses quietly grew into your income. And this is where you start to see two different patterns. Some people upgrade their lifestyle very quickly. Their surroundings change fast, and their spending reflects their income almost immediately. Others take a slower approach. Their lifestyle improves too, but not at the same pace as their income. From the outside, they might not look that different, but internally, they're building something the first group isn't: flexibility, options, and time. And the difference isn't about doing anything extreme. It's about small decisions, repeated consistently over time. Not upgrading everything at once, not turning every raise into new expenses. Not because they're avoiding enjoying life, but because they understand a simple idea. There's a difference between improving your life and expanding your obligations. Looking wealthy is easy to see. It's visible, immediate. But being wealthy is quieter. It's not always about what you own. It's about how much you don't depend on. And once you start noticing that difference, you begin to see it everywhere. Not in how much people earn, but in how much control they actually have over their lives.